Well, good morning and welcome to another Rider Cam TV video. And today we're up at Damerels, you see it on the left there. And we're fortunate to be able to take out a couple of bikes. And today, guess what I'm riding? I'm riding the Royal Enfield Scram 411. So this Royal Enfield Scram 411, I'm told, is built on the same, well, it's built the same as the Himalayan. So it's built to not emulate the Himalayan, but in the same vein as the Himalayan, but with a bit more funkiness. The colour scheme is different. I think some things on the drivetrain are a little bit different. It's a 400cc. This one that I've got, it's got blue on it. It's like a sky blue, and it also looks fabulous. Now, visibility for this, so it's a naked bike, there's no screen on the front. I'm presuming because it's built on a Himalayan, you could fit some of the Himalayan extras like a screen onto the bike, although you'd have to check if you were looking at buying one. So, first impressions, first ride, very, very comfortable seating position, extremely comfortable seating position. So, coming from a bigger bike like a 1250 as my GSA to a 410, I think it's a CC, it's noticeably slower, but that's not what these bikes are about. These bikes are about fun, and I tell you what, the front wheel is a little bit smaller than the Himalayan, and it is so flickable, it's unbelievable. I mean, this bike is just, if you could see the smile on my face riding this bike, it is lovely. To me, it's like a retro type bike for the modern age, with that Royal Enfield badge on there. I can hear the engine just purring away underneath me. Not purring in the same way as like a Hayabusa or something that you would expect to have loads of power, but it's just a lovely sound. I think it's quite an iconic sound the Royal Enfields have got. Seating position in terms of my knees is just right, because my knees aren't bent adversely. They feel like they're a little bit more than a 90 degrees, but they feel comfortable. The pegs are in the right place, and I haven't had to fish around for any of the controls in terms of the brake pedal, the gear selector, or anything like that. Now, one thing that I do notice is I'm in 5th gear, doing 60. There's not so much of a vibration going through the pegs that I can feel in my feet. But if I was in 4th gear and just giving the bike a little bit more beans and making it work a little bit harder, there is a little bit of vibration that I am feeling through the pegs. But hey, you know, that's perhaps a characteristic of the bike. My arms feel like they're a little bit closer, almost at shoulder width, or literally just apart from shoulder width, which is very, very comfortable. And with the seating position being where it is, my back feels as though it's upright as it feels when I'm on my GSA, which is really quite nice. So it means that I'm not leaning too far forward, not leaning too far back, and I'm just really comfortable. I've got these chicken wings, you can see my chicken wings bouncing around on my arms, and I refer to chicken wings as lots of people get pins and needles in their throttle hand, and a lot of that is because you're gripping too tight. So I try and, because I get them every now and then, but if you make your chicken wings, look, my arms are wiggling like chickens, it means you're just a little bit more relaxed. I'm not leaning forward, there's no weight on any of my wrists or anything like that. It's just a comfy place to be. Now, obviously at the front there is no wind protection, so you are getting all of the wind, and I'm hoping that I'm hoping that the recording is doing okay, but you're not getting any help with the wind at all, because it's right in front of you. But we're nearly at 60 here on a 60 mile an hour limit road. Doesn't feel too much at all. So let's chuck it into 2nd gear. We're just coming into a 60. Let's see how we do getting up to 60. Hear that engine. But I tell you what, I know that we've said this quite a bit, about, oh, would I have this as a second bike? What would I have as a second bike? Because I've often found myself thinking, well, I'm out tutoring and touring on my 1250 all the time, and yes, that bike is so much fun for me, but just got this little tickling urge to have something just a little bit different, to go out and just enjoy riding again, even though I ride and I enjoy riding, just to go out and enjoy riding on my own again, which would be really lovely. So this bike actually is tickling that fancy quite a bit, and I didn't expect that to happen. This is about £5,000 in the UK. Now obviously I'm going to have to save up because I ain't got £5,000 sat in the bank, but as a second bike, a Himalayan or this one is exactly what I would have. No vibrations anywhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop at our place that we're not allowed to park at, and we're going to park there, and we are going to talk about this lovely bike and go over some of the bits that it's got and see what it holds in store, and give you a whistle stop tour, hopefully. But look at this, even turning round, see how, oh, it's just so manoeuvrable, it's unreal. And that's just ticking away, it's love it. I absolutely love this bike. Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
Oh God,
I can see it in your eyes that I love this bike.
This bike?
Look at this bike that we've got. I have got the Royal Enfield Himalayan Scram 411. Now look how smart this bike looks. Now this bike, so Mark took out the Himalayan, and this is built very much based on the Himalayan. It's got a different size wheel on the front. I think it's a little bit smaller. Some of the drivetrain's a little bit different, but wow. Now, got on this bike first and rode it, and I thought this is very different, but I've always liked the look of it. So you go and order a meal in a restaurant, and you order with your eyes, don't you? You very rarely order with how you think it's going to taste, because that's like the secondary thing.
So you don't do it by quantity?
Well, yeah, that's somewhere along the line.
You must be ordering wrong in restaurants.
Give me loads of food. But saw this bike after I've seen the Himalayans, and the Himalayans and this bike just resonate with me, that this is just a really fun bike, really flickable, and a really attractive bike. So that's the first thing. So it's a really attractive bike for me to look at. So then I sit on it and I think, oh wow, this is like a baby GS.
A baby GS?
Yeah, even baby.
Nobody rides those.
Even a babier GS than Mark's baby GS. But I got on it, and I've got to say, the seating position is just incredible. Really, really nice. I think my legs are more than a 90 degree, but they're not trapped in, and I don't feel overly stressed because the height of the seat is just right for me. Pegs are in the right place. Get a bit of vibration through the pegs, unless you're in a lower gear. So if I'm like 4th, 5th gear doing 50, something like that, unless I go up into top gear and just bring the revs down a little bit, it stops the vibe. So you've got a bit of a vibe there. But look at this, you can grip the tank. Do I look too big on this bike? Or
does the bike look big on me?
Yeah, does my bike look big on me, Mark?
It looks like it's a good fit. I was gargling then.
Oh, he says the nicest things. So the seating position's really nice. I'm not forward, I'm not backwards, I'm just in the right place. It's almost like these Royal Enfield people that have made this bike have said, I wonder what bike Toby might like. Oh, we'll make a Scram. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
They found a niche, haven't they?
They really have. They really have. And I was saying on camera a little bit earlier, Mark, but Itchy Boots rides a Honda CR something 350, doesn't she? She rides around CRF 350. She rides around the world. And at some point in my life, I'd like to go off on a trip somewhere. Maybe not all the way around the world, but something on my own, on a different bike than the GS.
What, past Bodmin?
Past Bodmin, yeah, which is down in Cornwall in the UK, if people don't know. But to just enjoy what touring on your own on something different is like. The GSA is brilliant, it'll do everything, but it comes with its issues as well when it goes wrong. Now, if things go wrong on a tour on this, there's something anywhere to fix it, isn't there? And this just, just even the sound of the engine when it's just going and you're riding along, I'm thinking I could see myself going up over mountains and all sorts with this.
Single cylinders, mate. I've had them for years, thumpers. You consider it like a sports bike, there's your stallion.
Yeah.
Single cylinder, there's your donkey, your mule. Pack it up and ride all day on it.
I just really like it. Everything about this bike is easy to use. The switch gear is really good. Same as most Himalayans, or same as the Himalayans, exactly the same. You've got everything you need and not more, which is great. There's only one downside to this that I would change quite quickly. And do you think you know what it is, mate?
Mirrors?
Yeah.
You can't see yourself in them.
I can see a lot of my arm when I'm riding. I can see a lot of behind, but I think they're glass, but they look as if they're plastic mirrors. So I don't know whether you can see it, but it looks like it's a little bit distorted, and you've kind of got to change your focus into the mirror to see what's behind. I can't put my finger on it, but it doesn't look like a normal mirror. It looks like it's perhaps a plasticky, glassy type thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything's just a little bit distorted, and when you move around, it's got like that fisheye effect, and I don't quite like that. And I would have them just a little bit further, perhaps an inch or two, so they come out to the bar end, just so that I would be sure to see out there. But come over here, Mark. It comes with this thing. Apparently that is a key. I haven't seen them on bikes for a long time, but I do like it because you can't lose it if it's stuck in this hole.
People that use those will be burnt, surely.
Yeah. So when you turn it on, it does its magic, and the speedo's really good. And what I like about the Himalayans and this Scram is that they don't put all these newfangled things on there like KTM, BMW with all these whizzy bang things. You've got everything you need. Not more, but not less.
Just basic, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've got your speedo, you've got kilometres per hour, you've got all of your fuel, what time it is, what your trip is, all your obligatory lights. And then you've got this nice little round thing here, which is your Google, I forget what they call it, but it's a Google map thing. So you can connect your Google map up to it, and it will give you turn-by-turn instructions. And even that goes along the same way of, I'm going to give you enough information to ride, not more, but not less. Because that tells you, oh, you're coming up in a mile to a right-hand turn, you've done it now, the next turn is this. Not all of these maps and, you know, how much fuel is and what the weather's going to be like. It's just really simple and allows you to just ride. All of the stuff is just easy to see and easy to use. And I can do this, look. Much like true adventure style, I can climb on the pegs. It's amazing. But then we come to the styling of the bike. So this single cylinder beauty, it just looks really nice, doesn't it? Now, am I being swayed by the fact that it's got these big colours of blue? Although I did like the yellow. This blue one I like. Am I being swayed by the colours?
Because the Enfield itself has got the crash bars on it, and it has the racks for the panniers. But actually, I don't know what that does. I mean, it's just covering. There's a bar end on it, I think, or not a bar end, but there's a bung in it.
Well, you got the horn there. I don't know, actually. I think it's just a bit of styling, actually.
Well, maybe it's a bung of some sort of a bar, a crash bar.
Yeah, but when
That's quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, when we look at the wheels and stuff, these are really good quality wheels. They're spokes as well, which I think they give you a better ride, don't they? Because they flex as you go over bumps and things a little bit, so I'm told.
Easily repairable over rough ground.
Yeah. Nice tyres, nice suspension, although the suspension, again, is I'm going to give you, from Royal Enfield are going to say, as a rider, you're going to get just enough to ride, not enough, not any more, or not any less, because it's just right. Some might find it a little bit bumpy, some people might find it just right. I found it just right. It wasn't too bumpy, wasn't too soft. Brakes were really good, they worked really well, and the engine, for a single cylinder, that just trickles, it just ticks away.
Single cylinders, mate. I swear by them, honestly.
Oh, and you even get Royal Enfield up here, look. Have you seen that?
Come round there. Well, that makes me want to buy it.
Yeah, let's go and buy it. So we get that Royal Enfield, and then coming back here, they've kept with the colour scheme. Now, I think the Scram, if you've got the yellow thing, I wonder whether this is yellow as well.
It is.
So they're keeping with the minimal bits of colour, which are really nice. And then you get this seat. I mean, look at this.
How comfortable is that seat?
Well, I described it as like having my bottom cupped when I'm riding a bike. Everybody likes their bottom cupped on a bike. This is just right. It makes you sit in the right place, which makes you hug the tank properly. You're not moving all over the place, but you don't need to. It's really comfy. I mean, look at this. Look at the depth that seat goes down. I mean, that's a good 1.5 inches. Take a pillion if you want, or put a rack on the back. But if I had this bike, my GSA, I could take people on the back all day long. But my ride's my own ride. I'm very, very selfish in that extent. If I had this one, there would never be a pillion on here. There would just be a rack bag or something for the day. Only thing that I think about is the lights. So we've got an LED on the back by the looks of it, but the indicators are bulbs, I think.
Yeah, they are. Which
is quite strange, because I would perhaps have indicators, perhaps have LED indicators in there, I'm not sure. But does it go with how the bike should look? I think it does.
The headlight at the front has got a small LED as a side light.
Yeah.
But it's a bulb.
Oh yeah, it is.
H7 bulb.
Yeah. Which is, it's a little bit strange, isn't it?
Well, if you're riding anywhere and you've got an LED that goes down, you're stumped.
Of course.
You've got a bulb that goes down, you find one of those anywhere, can't you?
Of course. I take it all back. I love the fact that they've got bulbs in here and in there. I think that's great. All for the reasons that Mark said. But overall, I was not planning to get on this bike and think, not only does it look good because I'm ordering my meal and I'm ordering with my eyes, not only does it look good, but I didn't expect to get off my bike with as big a smile as I had, and then thinking, what do I need to do in my life to save up the £5,000 to buy one of these? Because I'm really excited, and I think that I'm going to have to look at how I can save up and buy one. I like it that much. I've never said that about a bike before that we've reviewed, have I, ever? This, must try the Himalayan out first, see if there's any difference, but wow. I really like this, really like it. So, hope you like it too. Pop over to Damrels. Thanks very much to Mark and Steve and everybody that works at Damrels for letting us take them out, as ever. They'll do you a really good deal. Like I say, £5,000 for this. And for those people that put in the comments, is this a product placement? No, it's not. We've been provided this to come out and say whatever we like. Nobody sees the videos before you do. They're our own opinion. And on this occasion, just working out, if we don't go back to Damrels today and I get someone to go and pick my bike up, do you think they notice?
No, not at all.
I really like it. If you like it too, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.